African Development Bank approves $288.5 million to support Nigeria's COVID-19 fight. Hello everyone, thanks for coming out here today. We really do appreciate you. Thanks for your continuous support and thanks for always staying tuned to our channel. We're here to keep you updated with the latest and most authentic happenings in our country. The news we have today is all the way from the African Development Bank. They've pledged a support to Nigeria's economy against the fight of COVID-19. We'll get more details in a moment. But before we do, guys, please, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, click on the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the like button. It does mean a lot to us. Thank you once again. So, right, let's get more details about what African Development Bank has started. The board of directors of the African Development Bank has approved a $288.5 million loan to help Nigeria tackle the COVID-19 pandemic and mitigate its impact on people and businesses. The loan is expected to bolster the federal government's plan to improve surveillance and response to COVID-19 emergencies, ease the effect on workers and businesses, and strengthen the social protection system. The country had in April secured $3.4 billion from the International Monetary Fund (IMF) in emergency financial assistance under the fund's rapid financing instrument to support efforts to address the severe economic effect of the COVID-19 shock and the drastic fall in oil prices. According to a statement from the Abidjan-based bank yesterday, Nigeria, Africa's most populous country and the continent's largest oil producer, is facing twin crises: a health epidemic caused by COVID-19 and an economic crunch largely occasioned by a global oil price plunge. As of June 5th, the country reported 11,516 coronavirus cases, 3,535 recoveries, and 323 deaths. The loan is African Development Bank's initial response to help mitigate the slump in oil prices and its impact on the economy. Senior Director of the African Development Bank for Nigeria, Ibrahima Fall, said about 40.1% of Nigerians lives below poverty line of $1.90 per day, and is feared that the fall in household income during the pandemic will result in wealth deterioration for both the formal and informal sector workers. The proposed program will ensure that the fiscal position and the economy are sufficiently supported to weather the COVID-19 shock, thereby limiting its potential adverse impact on livelihoods and the economy more generally. Prior to the COVID-19 outbreak, Nigeria's economy was projected to grow by 2.9% of gross domestic product in 2020 and further expand by 3.3% in 2021. But the statement noted that with the advent of the pandemic and the slump in crude prices, the economy was expected to shrink by 4.4% under a conservative baseline scenario and 7.2% should the pandemic persist to end of 2020. Fall said beyond Nigeria's immediate economic recovery needs, the bank and other development partners will dialogue with the government on proposals for medium-term structural reforms to diversify and boost domestic revenues away from the oil sector. The bank's intervention aligns with its COVID-19 response facility 10-year strategy 2013 to 2022 and high five priorities, especially to improve the quality of life for the people of Africa. It is also consistent with the second strategic pillar of the recently approved bank's country strategy paper 2020 to 2024 for Nigeria. In a related development, the Board of Directors of the African Development Bank approved Nigeria's Country Strategy Paper (CSP) 2020 to 2024, which builds on the successes and challenges of the 2013 to 2019 edition and incorporates emerging developmental realities and opportunities shaping Nigeria's political and economic landscape, including in the post-COVID-19 period. The multilateral institution explained in a separate statement obtained yesterday that the approval was made on May 27. FAR reaffirmed the institution's support for the Nigerian social-economic advancement. He said, in the implementation of the CSP, the bank will also support Nigeria to address economic shock associated with the COVID-19 pandemic and oil price shock by focusing our intervention in sectors that will strengthen health infrastructure and accelerate efforts towards economic transformation and diversification of export earnings and fiscal revenue from oil. The 2020 to 2024 CSP identifies supporting infrastructure development and promoting social inclusion through agribusiness and skill development as key priority areas for Nigeria. It states that the priorities are selected to leverage Nigeria's rich endowment of natural and human resources towards transforming the lives of its people. Fowl explained it is in the context that the new CSP has been customized to support government's effort in confronting challenges and to foster long-term social inclusive development. Under the CSP, the bank will deploy a combination of sovereign and non-sovereign financial instruments to support the two priority areas, including investment and institutional support projects, evidence-based analytical work in numerous economic sectors, policy dialogue, and division of advisory services. Special focus will be put on supporting the Nigerian private sector in terms of financing and advisory services and on public-private partnership (PPP) initiative that enable innovative long-term investment in energy, transport, and water sanitization. According to him, the strategy paper is a result of participatory consultations with a range of key stakeholders, both state and non-state actors, as well as bilateral and multilateral development partners. As of December 2019, the bank's group's active portfolio in Nigeria comprised 61 operations with a total commitment of about $5 billion. Of the total active operations, 29 were in the public sector with a commitment of $2 billion, 43%, and 32 non-sovereign operations with a total commitment of $3 billion, equivalent to 57%. So guys, this is African Development Bank here. They have pledged their support and they've also approved the sum of $288.5 million to support Nigeria's COVID-19 fight. And one key thing they stated here was that Nigeria is facing two major crises at the moment. The first one is the known and the obvious COVID-19, and the other one is our economy itself, which is going down as a result of other issues at the moment. And they've stated here that the average Nigerian lives on about $1.90. $1.90. That's what they live on a day, and it's really, and they've also predicted that this is going to get worse. Nigeria is one of the most populous countries within the African continent. So they've decided, the African Development Bank have decided to support our economy. But we just hope and we hope that even this support that they've pledged, that it's not just going to go down the drain or go into some person's pocket and will not be used for the the purpose that it was set out for. So guys, that's the updates we've got at the moment. Please leave your take, leave your comment down below in the comment section. We really do appreciate you. And please guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, click on the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the like button. We really do appreciate you. Till I come your way again, is bye for now and God bless.